So, a while back, we talked about a really not so good Warhammer 40,000 game, and this week I thought we'd take a look at one that I really quite enjoyed. Mechanicus is another game set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. It's an Xcom style game that uses a lot of 40k lingo, but it's okay, you don't need to understand the lingo to enjoy blowing up ancient Egyptian robot skeletons. Like, you don't need to know what a noosphere is, but if you did want to know, it's kind of like a super internet. And while it is an XCOM style game, it does away with those XCOM style problems of like having 95% chance to hit and still somehow missing. You either hit or you don't. It's nice in that way, you can plan very effectively. This game sees Magos Dominius Faustinius. Is that right? Magos Dominus Faustinius. If there's one thing the Warhammer 40,000 universe has in droves, it's near unpronounceable names. I will not be pronouncing that many names from here on out. Magos Dominus Faustinius and his cohort investigating a recent discovery of an ancient transmission on the planet Silver Tenebris. And as a small squad of tech priests go down to investigate the planet, they discover that this world is actually a Necron tomb world, and it's slowly waking up. Which for the uninitiated is not a good thing. This game has a fair chunk of reading to it, so if you really want to dive deep into the story, better get your reading glasses on. And maybe a Warhammer wiki open on the side so that you can understand what's actually being said. But it's not all bad, if you count reading as bad. The exploration sections to this game are actually really enjoyable. They're a pseudo choose-your-own-adventure game. You have a large map to explore room by room with multiple paths, but you might not want to explore it all. As you explore the map, a little awakened meter slowly ticks up in the top left of the screen, and each time it counts up, the enemies that you come up against gain some bonuses, such as having more of them to start with. And the higher that awakened level when you finish the mission, the faster the Necrons wake up, and the sooner you have to face the final boss. So the exploration sections are a balance of getting where you need to go, but also finding the extras that are scattered around the map. Some of these extras can include Blackstone, a currency used for buying units, and also upgrading your tech priests down several different tech trees. That's a tongue twister. Each of these trees has their own unique abilities. Some of them include healing your other allies, some of them include making your shooting attacks a lot more potent. You can upgrade each tech priest down multiple trees, so you don't need to lock yourself into one of them. You can sort of take a bit from here and there and slowly work your way down multiple at the same time, if you really want to. You may also come across these Necron runes, which will give you either a positive or negative effect, depending on which rune that you decide to pick. And something worth noting about these runes is that they are consistent with each other across the entire game. So if you find one rune that, say, damages one of your units, well then you know that that rune is going to damage one of your units every single time you see it. And maybe don't pick that one, unless you want to hurt your units. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. Moving on. The fact that these runes are consistent with one another is very evocative of the game's sort of trial and error mentality. You'll come across several different options, all seemingly very similar, and you just start to learn the pattern of what each of these things do. Early on, you don't have a lot of options for your tech priests, or any sort of selection for your units. You only have these servitors. But you can unlock and earn more of these units and upgrades by completing your choice of missions. And by the end, you'll probably have too much choice, if anything. But as each mission rewards you with upgrades and units, each mission also increases the awakened level of the overall tomb, which means that you won't be able to finish every mission before the game ends. Meaning that every mission that you choose to go on is a choice, an investment, and a very important decision to make. And it also means that different playthroughs may have different end results, depending on which path that you've decided to go down. This game has had a very, very small dev team. If I can find the picture again. Yeah. It's a tiny, tiny little dev team. And despite that, this game looks amazing. The lighting effects are fantastic. The models are animated fantastically. How would you expect that guy to be animated? I'd imagine something like this. And it's done really, really well. Every single model has been transferred from the tabletop to the game brilliantly, even down to the creepy crab legs of some of the tech priests. Those things they scuttle very... And let's not forget the music of this game. After I finished playing this game the first time, whenever I went back to play the tabletop version of Warhammer, as you do, it's a tabletop game, I would have this soundtrack playing in the background because it just builds so much atmosphere, and it's great to just have that atmosphere wherever you need it. I love it. I want more of it. And, I mean, fortunately, if you want to play this now after seeing this review, it is available on all mainline platforms, including the Switch, so I can have more of it on the go if I really want to. But that's it for this video. If you have liked it, don't forget to like it. If this video has helped you in any way, well, there's a subscribe button down there, and I'm sure you know what to do with it. But until next time, did you know I'm English? Cheerio.